Big 12 Media Days, brought to you by Copilot, Microsoft Copilot. Sawyer Robertson, the quarterback for Baylor, is joining us here. Do you get the sense that people, and maybe outside Waco it's more like this than it is inside Waco, but like, do you get the sense that people didn't watch Baylor games last year? Like, you are so under the radar, it's insane to me.
Yeah, I mean, I personally don't pay attention to any of it, so I don't really have a good sense of what it's like, especially outside of Waco, like you said. If I am under the radar, then I think that's a good spot to be in, because I feel like, there's only one way it can go, and that's up. So I don't mind it at all.
The thing that's so interesting to me was how weird last year unfolded for you,
very.
For Bryson. I mean, think about the season starts. There's a different quarterback. There's a different running back. I mean, even it took like 3 weeks for Bryson to start getting in, and then even then, there's a couple of weeks, and then he explodes. Like, just kind of take me through your perspective of not just you, but also your running back, and you guys just exploded.
Right, yeah. No, it was very, very strange. Even those couple of games that we lost against Colorado and against BYU there early when we were 2-4 going into the first bye week, but those were games that we kind of like felt like we should have won. Obviously the Hail Mary against Colorado happened, and then spotted BYU 21 points in the first 5 minutes, ended up losing by 6, coming back. And so those were 2 games where it was just like, man, we're close, and in the back of our heads, I think the whole time we were just like, once we get the first win and kind of learn how to win, then we're going to be hard to stop. And that's exactly what really happened coming out of that bye week. Bryson just kind of exploded on the scene against Texas Tech and just never slowed down throughout the course of the season. And that's kind of when we went on that six game win streak. And so very, like you said, very strange season, to be honest. But it was cool to see kind of how it all turned out, just with us gelling as a team and all 3 units, offense, defense, special teams.
Yeah, I'm guessing you're going to say the Texas Tech game was the turning point for last season in that win streak. But was there a particular touchdown or play or moment from that game that sticks out in your mind that you're like, okay, this is it? We figured it out.
Yeah, I think, one, I actually got asked this question earlier, but so before the game, Coach Aranda had one of our safeties talk to us. His name's Michael Allen. Awesome dude. Just got put on scholarship. Super happy for him. But he talked to the entire team before the game, and he's a guy that everybody looks up to. Everybody has a tremendous amount of respect for. And so that kind of got everything going, in my opinion. And then when we went into the game, scored 24 points or something like that in the first half, scored right before halftime, did a little 2-minute drill, drove all the way down the field. And going into halftime, it was like, okay, this is a game that when we hold on to this one, it's going to change kind of the trajectory of our season. So I would say both Mike's speech before the game and then that touchdown right before half. And then we ended up scoring 59 by the end when it was all said and done, and that kind of just set everything up for the rest of the season.
You've had a very unique career. It started with Mike Leach.
Yeah.
Right before he passed. Did he recruit you? What was that like? And then did you ever play for him?
Yes. So I
you were there his last season.
His last 2 seasons.
Yeah,
and so he recruited me. And growing up in Lubbock, being from Lubbock, I got to watch him coach, Graham Harrell, Crabtree, all those guys. And so that was a surreal moment for me because I got to go play for the coach that I grew up watching and stuff. And I'm so thankful for those 2 seasons I got to spend in Starkville at Mississippi State, kind of learning under him and stuff. And then obviously when he passed away, it was like, okay, I'd like to get a little closer to home, get back in Texas. And that's when the Baylor door was opened up. And so it came to Baylor. But, yeah, it was great. It was cool getting recruited by him and getting to play for him.
What did you learn from him?
Oh, man, a lot. A big thing, I remember a specific text he sent to me. It honestly wasn't too it wasn't a crazy long time before he passed away that he sent this text. But he was watching film or something. I think I had probably had a bad day or something at practice, and he said, quit overthinking everything, just play and react. He said, you're 1,000 times better whenever you just react and play the game. And so that was a good little piece of advice, a good little nugget that I've kind of kept with me from him ever since that day. Is just not going to overthink anything or dwell too much on it, but just playing the game that I've always played since I was a little kid.
Yeah, even with all the success that you had last year, top 7, I think, in the country in QBR, I think it's easy for people to forget that you weren't the starter.
Right.
At the start of the year. This season will be your first year as a full-time starter, a week 1 starter.
Yeah.
So in terms of the next step for you, what does it look like in your eyes?
I think there's a couple things. Obviously, like you just said, this is kind of a uncharted territory, I guess, for me in my career. But I feel like I've done it 1,000 times. I feel like natural. I feel like everything's natural, and that's partly because like even when I wasn't the starting quarterback, I tried to carry myself and lead in the same way like I would have been the guy.
Awesome.
And so like my whole mindset was like, okay, if I'm the backup, I'm gonna be the best backup in the country. And now I'm the starter, I'm gonna try to be the best starter in the country. You know, just trying to be the best at whatever role that I'm in. Is the biggest thing for me, and so not too much has changed in the preparation and the mentality going into the season, but it's just I guess the circumstances have changed a little bit.
You suffered an ankle injury last year?
It was foot. It was like the top of the foot. Yeah.
I mean, the rushing numbers took a slide because of it, but
yeah,
your obviously team didn't lose.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
So I mean, how bad was it to play through it, and how much did it affect your offense or your game?
It happened against TCU. Yeah, I just got my foot basically like smashed when I was getting tackled. Thankfully, like didn't need surgery or anything by the grace of God, which was a huge blessing. But it did it did hinder me like moving. I couldn't hardly run, to be honest.
Imagine.
Yeah, I couldn't. Which I was running pretty well before that. Had some nice long rushing touchdowns. But it was funny. I was telling my trainer like I had to those last 3 or 4 games I had to learn how to play quarterback instead of playing football. And so that's what I tried to do, and thankfully we were able to win all those games still.
Sawyer, when we look at this upcoming season in your schedule, we're Big 12 radio, so we're constantly talking about the conference as a whole and all the different member institutions, and we also talk about the other conferences,
yeah.
SEC, Big 10, ACC. You guys have a huge non-conference. 2 really big games, but opening the season on a Friday.
You got to start 3-0 is what we're trying to say.
Yeah, no pressure.
Yeah.
Really need you guys to start 3-0. It'd be really good for our ratings.
Yeah.
But you get Auburn.
Yeah.
Week 1.
Yeah.
On a Friday night. I think Baylor's already announced it's going to be a blackout game.
Yep.
Like it's going to be sweet.
You also have Auburn's former quarterback as your backup now, right?
Yeah, Walker. He's awesome. Yeah, doing
He's got to
great.
share some state secrets.
Yeah. Like what does
Hopefully.
what does that game mean to you when you think about what it could mean for the conference and what it could mean for the entire season for Baylor football?
Man, yeah, I think it's huge. First of all, just it being the first game. Like that first game is kind of where you set the stage, set the standard, put on tape, all the stuff you've been working on in the offseason. And the fact that ours is against a very historic program, very respectable program. It's a chance to do something really, really impressive and kind of like put the country, put the conference, put everybody on notice. We're here ready to go.
Good luck this year, man. By the way, I told Sam Levitt this, so feel comfortable telling you this. I picked Baylor to win the Big 12, and I picked you as the player of the year. So Sam is going to use that as motivation.
Golly,
but I mean, dude, nobody.
I think you pissed him off.
I did piss him off.
He looked very angry.
I was like, I'm trying to give you a chip here, but
yeah.
But everybody's sleeping on Baylor. I don't know if they didn't get Baylor games last year or what, but this was a dominant team that returns basically everybody. So good luck this year, man. Stay healthy, and we'll see you in Arlington.
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.